for the single arm bench bridge press, the setup is going to be the same as it would be for a bench bridge press. So you're still going to have ideally a bench with some weight to it. You're going to have the bench at a height ideally that's about shoulder blade height. And this time you're just going to have one dumbbell loaded up, ready to go. So when you press off, you are in position. Now, making sure, again, your feet are about hip width. Your hips are up high to the sky. They're not collapsing at all. And your knees aren't turned in. Your toes aren't turned out really weird. They're nice and straight. You also want to make sure your shoulder blades, neck, and head are the only things on the bench. You don't want to be having your mid-back or lower supported by the bench. Whenever you're ready to go into this movement, bringing your elbow out to the side. Super important here is that the wrist follows the elbow. A lot of the time, because you feel so lopsided, is people will try and bring the wrist in while the elbow goes out so that this dumbbell doesn't deviate too much from your center of mass. But that's what we want. So bracing high. If this is tough for you, you can widen the feet a little bit wider than hip width. That's totally fine, but you just don't want them crazy wide. All right, bringing the wrists out over that elbow and then pressing up. Really important that you're not twisting and turning too much with the hips and with the torso. You're training anti-rotation as you go into this movement and still making sure that the grip isn't in total pronation. You have a little bit of a slant grip with that dumbbell, so the fist isn't totally straight like this. It's at a little bit of an angle here on a slant grip, so that that shoulder doesn't get too much heat as you go into that movement.